Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, May 12th, 2022. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's NBA and Stanley Cup playoff games, look ahead to tonight's playoff games in each sport. We'll go over yesterday's Major League Baseball and WNBA games, look ahead to today's baseball games. I'll do my 2021 NBA redraft. We'll go over news and notes and best bet. All right, we'll start the NBA playoffs. We'll go over the games from last night and look ahead to some big elimination games today. Bucks over the Celtics, 110-107 to take a 3-2 series lead. Bucks closed the game on an 11-2 run. Giannis Antetokounmpo is amazing, 40 points for Giannis. Jason Tatum, 34 points for Boston, but it wasn't enough as the Bucks outscored the Celtics 33-21 in the fourth quarter. And the most surprising result of the night, a result no one saw coming. The Memphis Grizzlies, without Ja Morant, knock off the Golden State Warriors 134-95 to force a Game 6. What a win for Memphis, and what an embarrassing loss for Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, you're up through on the series, but that was embarrassing. Like, they're not winning the championship, not with a performance like that. Like, you need to take care of business in a game like that. They're lucky that nobody got injured in that game. Jaren Jackson Jr., 21 points for Memphis, lead the way. Klay Thompson at 19 for Golden State. All right, now we look ahead to tonight's games. 2 elimination games, 7 o'clock on ESPN. You have the Heat against the 76ers in Philadelphia. My projection is Philly by 2 3/4, total 215 and 11/20. And it is 2.5 and 207. I'm going with the over again. I think that the Sixers will play better offensively in this game at home in front of their fans. I don't know about James Harden. I think he's the complete wild card in this game. But if he stinks, this is not going to hit this total. And of course, if he stinks, the Heat are going to move on tonight. I was thinking Heat in 7 the series, but that was before Joel Embiid getting injured. And then Embiid got hurt. And I said, knowing Embiid, he'll be back for the middle of the series. And then I thought maybe Heat in 6. But I do think they force a Game 7. I'll go with my original pick of Heat in 7 still. So, at gunpoint, I do think Philly will win and bounce back, but I like the over. That's my pick for the game. And then the second game, 9:30 ESPN, you have the Suns and the Mavericks. My projection is Suns by 4, total 217, and it's 2 and 212. Love the over, and I love all the Suns, too. I think the Suns close out tonight. I picked Suns in 6. I like the over a lot. I think that the Mavericks will play well at home. And I think the Suns will play well. Chris Paul will play better in Dallas. I think the Suns close this thing out tonight. I would parlay the Suns' money line and the over in a same-game parlay. All right, the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to 4 big Game 6s tonight. Rangers over the Penguins 5-3 to stave off elimination to force a Game 6. Panthers over the Capitals 5-3 to take a 3-2 series lead. And the Flames over the Stars 3-1 to take a 3-2 series lead. Now we look ahead to 4 elimination games tonight. 7 o'clock on TNT of the Hurricanes and the Bruins. If you had to guess, this would probably be the Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Keith Jones game. Or Bryce Salvador, my bad. So, for this, Boston minus 126, Carolina plus 105, over under 6, overs minus 104, unders minus 118, Canes plus 1.5 is minus 235, Boston minus 1.5 is plus 188. Boston's just a different team at TD Garden. I don't remember if I said Canes in 6 or 7 on the podcast. I feel like I said 6, but I bet 7, which is weird. So, I'm going to say this is an over game. I know this series has gone under a lot, but I think this might go over, even though it's an elimination game, but I like the over. 7:30 on CBS, you have the Maple Leafs and the Lightning, Game 6. Lightning are minus 137, Toronto's plus 114, over under 7, overs plus 120, unders minus 148. Lightning minus 1.5 is plus 180, Leafs plus 1.5 is minus 220. Obviously a big game for Tampa Bay. I like them in regulation at plus 120. I think they're going to force a Game 7. The Wild and the Blues, each team's minus 110, over on their 6.5. Overs minus 102, there's minus 120. Wild plus 1.5 is minus 265. Blues minus 1.5 is plus 215. I picked the Blues in 7 in the series. So I'm going to go with the Wild to force a Game 7 with Marc-Andre Fleury minus 110. And then 10 o'clock on TBS, you have the Oilers and the Kings. The Oilers are minus 142. The Kings are plus 118, over under 6.5. Overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Oilers minus 1.5 is plus 164. Kings plus 1.5 is minus 200. This has been an over series for the most part, so I'm going to go over 6.5 at minus 104. Out of these teams, who do I think will force a Game 7? Oof. I think 3 of the 4, somebody is going to close out tonight. And if I had to guess who, I'm going to say Carolina, but I don't feel good about it. And that's why I didn't play the plus 105 with them. I was like, Carolina closes out, but the other 3 go to Game 7. I don't feel good about it. All right, Major League Baseball, we'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to the games today. Pirates over the Dodgers 5-3. Reds over the Brewers 14-11. Yankees over the Phillies 5-3. Marlins over the Diamondbacks 11-3. Phils over the Mariners 4-2. Giants over the Rockies 7-1. Cubs over the Padres 7-5. Nationals over the Mets 8-3. Rays over the Angels 4-2 and 10. A's over the Tigers 9-0. Braves over the Red Sox 5-3. Astros have the 5-1 lead over the Twins. Suspended game will resume at 1 o'clock today. Cardinals over the Royals 10-1, so the Cardinals single-handedly ruined best bet. And the Royals over the Rangers 8-2. Guardians White Sox postponed due to multiple positives in COVID with the Guardians. Not a lot of games today. The suspended game at 1 o'clock will continue today between the Astros and the Twins. Mets-Nats also at 1. You have Taijuan Walker and Jonah Dawn. The Mets are minus 162. The Nats are plus 136, over on their 8.5. Overs minus 122, unders even money. Mets minus 1.5 is plus 104. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 125. I'm going to the Nationals again. I can't believe I'm doing this. They're FBI favorites slightly. And Vegas suggests otherwise because it's favoritism towards a team with a good record. So I'm going to go with the Nats again at plus 136. A's Tigers. James Caprillion and Bayo Brisky. Tigers minus 118. Oakland's even money, over under 7.5. Overs minus 105. Others minus 115. A's minus 1.5 is plus 164. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 200. A's are also FBI favorites, but they're slight dogs here. I'm taking the Athletics at even money. Orioles Cardinals at 115. Luno's on for Baltimore, and Jordan Hicks is going for St. Louis. FanDuel does not have the numbers, and neither does DraftKings, but at gunpoint, I'll look at maybe another under if it's if the total's above 8 or 7.5. 3:30 of the Astros and the Twins. Luis Garcia and Josh Winder. Astros minus 136, Twins plus 116, over under 8.5, minus 110 each way. Astros minus 1.5 is plus 126, Twins plus 1.5 is minus 152. I'm going with Minnesota to win at plus 115. Here we have another situation where Vegas has the Astros favored and FBI has the Twins favored. So I'm going to go with the Twins. 6:30, you have the Reds and the Pirates. Terrible game. Connor Overton and JT Brubaker. Pirates minus 148, Reds plus 126, over under 8, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 162, Pirates minus 1.5 is plus 134. I love the Reds. I understand they're god-awful, but they're favored on FBI, and so the ESPN analytics say the Reds are more likely to win this game than Pittsburgh. Reds is the pick. 8 o'clock, Royals-Rangers. Jonathan Hensley and Taylor Hearn. Rangers minus 136, Royals plus 116, over under 8, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 170, Rangers minus 1.5 is plus 140. Here ESPN agrees with Vegas. Heasley's obviously making his debut. I'm going to do something different with this game. The over's juice, so I don't really want to go with that. So instead, I'm going to go with first half result, the Rangers at minus 105. Yankees, White Sox. Luis Gil's getting the start tonight against Vince Velasquez. So Luis Gil's getting his first crack of the season. He's been bad in AAA this year, but he was awesome with the Yankees last year. The White Sox are favored minus 144. Yankees are plus 122. Over under 8. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 118. Yanks plus 1.5 is minus 160. White Sox minus 1.5 is plus 132. How often do you get the team with the best record in baseball as an underdog? ESPN Analytics has the Yankees as a 61.4% favorite over Vince Velasquez at 38.6%. I love the Yankees here, plus 122 to win outright and to continue to have the best record in baseball. And last but not least, the Phillies and the Dodgers. Zach Wheeler and Tyler Anderson. Dodgers minus 142, Phils plus 120, over under 7.5, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Phillies plus 1.5 is minus 78, Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 146. Zach Wheeler's been terrible this season, and they're rightfully an underdog. So for this game, this is a tough one. I'm going to lay the half of the first half run line with the Dodgers at plus 112. That's my pick there for this game. Now we'll move on to the WNBA. We had a couple games last night, so we'll look back on the results. We have no games today, though, but we do have games Friday. Dream over the Sky, 77-75. Commissioner's Cup, Sky destroyed a Liberty, 83-50. And then Commissioner's Cup, the Mercury destroyed the Storm, 97-77. I loved the Mercury last night against Seattle. I don't know why they were an underdog. They should have been at worst to pick them. So the Mercury went out there and kicked some butt. So interesting night in the Women's Association. Games will resume on Friday. Now I'm going to do my 2021 NBA redraft. This was a fun one to do. The hockey one's going to be difficult to do because that one's always the hardest one. That and baseball. So without further ado, my 2021 NBA redraft. Number 1, the Detroit Pistons. I've been taking Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley, I thought, was the best rookie this past season. I really think that players like him are hard to find. Number 2, the Houston Rockets, Cade Cunningham. So Cunningham drops to 2 as the Rockets get themselves a potential franchise point guard. Number 3, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jalen Green. So Jalen Green drops to 3. And the thought of Jalen Green with Darius Garland is intriguing. Number 4, the Toronto Raptors, Scotty Barnes. No do-over there as Scotty Barnes falls to them at 4. He was really good for them this year. Number 5, the Orlando Magic, Franz Wagner. So they take Wagner at 5. Solid selection. Number 6, the Oklahoma City Thunder, Josh Giddey. So Giddey falls to them at 6. Giddey was a really good rookie. Number 7, the Golden State Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga. So Kuminga, no do-over for the Warriors. I'm telling you what, Kuminga is going to be the popular, most improved player pick next year for next season. Calling that right now. Number 8, the Orlando Magic, Jalen Suggs. So I have the Magic flopping players with their picks. Suggs showed some flashes, but really wasn't all that great compared to some of the other guards. Number 9, the Sacramento Kings, Chris Durant. Chris Durant had an impact with the Pacers this year. Number 10, the New Orleans Pelicans, Herb Jones. Irony, right? They took Herb Jones in the second round. But Herb Jones really had an impact on that Pelicans team in their turnaround. Number 11, the Charlotte Hornets, Alperen Sengun. This would be a fabulous pick for Charlotte in this redraft with their lack of a big man. Number 12, the San Antonio Spurs, Bones Highland. Bones Highland was awesome for Denver this past year. Number 13, the Indiana Pacers, Davion Mitchell. So the Pacers go with Mitchell after Durant goes to Sacramento. So those two teams pretty much switch too. Number 14, the Golden State Warriors, Zaire Williams. So Zaire Williams falls to or goes to Golden State at 14. Oh, he was taken higher than this, obviously. But so he falls here to 14. So I don't do the draft day trades in redrafts anymore. I do the pre-draft trades, but not the draft day trades. Did the same thing for the NFL. Number 15, the Washington Wizards, Corey Kispert. So no do-over for Washington. Number 16, the Oklahoma City Thunder, Joshua Primo. I did not like when the Spurs took Primo that high, but he showed a little bit of promise. Number 17, the Memphis Grizzlies, Trey Mann. Trey Mann had moments on OKC. He'd be a capable bench player for Memphis. 18, the Oklahoma City Thunder, Ayu Dosunmu. I like that pick for OKC. Dosunmu had moments with the Bulls. Number 19, the New York Knicks, Josh Christopher. Josh Christopher's interesting. He had moments on the Rockets. 20, the Atlanta Hawks, Jose Alvarado. Another one of those key contributors to that Pelicans team that turned their season around to make the postseason. Number 21, the New York Knicks, Trey Murphy III, also from that Pelicans team that had some moments. Number 22, the Houston Rockets, Isaiah Jackson, bench player for the Pacers this past year. So from Sengun to Jackson, I know that's a bit of a drop-off. Number 23, the Houston Rockets, Quentin Grimes. So Quentin Grimes falls to 23. He had some moments with the Knicks. Number 24, the Los Angeles Clippers, Cam Thomas. Had moments off the bench for Brooklyn. 25, the Denver Nuggets, Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves had some moments with the Lakers in their dismal year. 26, the Brooklyn Nets, Jeremiah Robinson Earl. So Robinson Earl goes to Brooklyn. 27, the Philadelphia 76ers. Davion Sharp. So Sharp goes to Philly. He would be an upgrade over DeAndre Jordan on that team. Number 28, the Brooklyn Nets. James Bouknight. So James Bouknight goes from the lottery down to 28. He missed a ton of time this year due to injury. I think that he'll eventually be better than this. 29, the Utah Jazz. Moses Moody. Moses Moody was playing in the G League playoffs for the Warriors affiliate. And number 30, the Milwaukee Bucks. Aaron Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins was a bench player for OKC as he had moments for them off the bench. All right, so there you have it, my 2021 NBA redraft. And now I'm going to go over the news and notes for today. Not much to talk about. So Nick Saban denies tampering as he claims that the program recruited ex-Louisville receiver Tyler Harrell before he entered the transfer portal. So I believe Nick Saban. I believe him that they did not recruit him before he went to the transfer portal. Jim Crane spoke out about how Brian Cashman said the Astros cheating scandal is the reason why the Yankees have the drought. Jim Crane says he'd keep his mouth shut if he was Brian Cashman. Jim Crane says the Yanks cheated too. Listen, that year, those two and the Red Sox cheated, but the Astros did it in the worst way. I think the Yankees dodged a bullet a little bit, and the Red Sox obviously got punished for it. But Jim Crane really shouldn't be talking either. Because guess what? His team cheated in 2019 too, but nobody likes to talk about it. Because why was Altuve covering up something while he was celebrating his walk-off home run and telling his teammates, don't rip my jersey? What was that? That's cheating. So, I know Cashman, that was a loser comment by him, but he, at the same time, you could argue that he's not wrong either. And if that was the Dodgers that made that comment before 2020, or if the Dodgers came out and said, oh, we would have won a World Series before 2020 if it wasn't for the Astros, I feel like they wouldn't be taking that much crap from Houston. Because guess what? They were shut out in Game 7 at home for the most part, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, Game 7 was 5-1. They lost that game 5-1. So, if that was the Dodgers that complained about the Astros cheating, I feel like they'd get a little bit of the, yeah, that makes sense. But guess what? They only scored one freaking run in Game 7. Let's not forget about that, folks. So, a 5-year-old San Francisco Giants fan wished for a Brandon Crawford home run. He got that. And then the Giants sent him a foul ball. That is so sweet. Drake had a Maple Leafs Instagram, and it went a little viral. So that was funny. You know Drake's rooting for the Maple Leafs now that the Raptors are out. CM Punk pulled up to MJF's hometown of Long Island in a Tavares Islanders jersey. So that's a little bit of a troll job. Lakers get permission from Golden State to interview Kenny Atkinson for its vacant head coaching job. Kenny Atkinson, I don't know if he would be fit for the Lakers. I always thought the Knicks should have hired him instead of Tom Thibodeau back in 2020, but the Knicks ended up making the postseason with Thibodeau in the first year anyway. I don't know if they would have made it with Atkinson. But to me, Atkinson fits a rebuilding team. A team that's a young team and still learning. So I don't know if the Lakers are the right fit for him. Sidney Crosby left the game last night against the Rangers in the second period after a hit by Jacob Trouba. It was like an awkward landing. That could be a game changer. If he's out for tonight, or if he's out game 6, which is tomorrow night, and potentially the rest of the series, like I said, that's a game changer. And if that injury didn't happen, Pittsburgh's probably in the second round already. So give the Rangers credit, though, for taking advantage and rallying after being down 2-0. The NBA reveals new trophies. The Eastern Conference Final MVP honors Larry Bird, and the Western Conference Finals MVP honors Magic Johnson. The Larry O'Brien was redesigned, so we're going to have an Eastern Conference Finals and a Western Conference Final MVP. So they're copying Major League Baseball in that sense. But I really think that it's just going to be a copycat of the Finals MVP, a.k.a. Best Player in the Series. I feel like the Conn Smythe has become that as well, in a way. John Morant won't need surgery on his knee, according to Taylor Jenkins. And he says that from everything he's hearing, but is still doubtful for the playoffs, which stinks. Our first actual schedule leak of the day. And by the way, you're seeing a lot of schedule leaks, but I think it's from this one account at NFL Games or something like that. I need to see the exact handle that NFL Game Leaks. A lot of incorrect information, so don't trust what they say. A lot of people think they're actually real schedule leaks, but they're not, because Joe Buck and Troy Aikman revealed the Week 1 doubleheader on Good Morning America on Monday, and this account had a completely different game to start Monday Night Football. So, obviously, at NFL Game Leaks is incorrect. But this is true because it's coming from the one and only Adam Schefter. Week 4, Sunday Night Football, Super Bowl rematch, Chiefs at the Bucks. So that is pretty awesome. And that is a game that I had as I thought I had that as a Sunday night game. I guess I didn't. Or did I have that as a Monday nighter? I had that as a Monday night game with Buck and Aikman, but no, it's going to be on Sunday night with Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. So I was right about that game being a primetime game, but I had it in the wrong spot. I can't wait to do the schedule show tonight. That is going to be so much fun, obviously. So keep an eye out for that. Last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. This is interesting. There's not a lot of things that I absolutely love. Best bet was a loser. The Cardinals obviously went over by themselves. I had the under in that game. But Best bet. I'm going to go with hockey. I'm going to go with one of the elimination games. I love the over in the Edmonton-LA game. I love it. It's 6.5 at -104. I had the over 6.5 for best bet in game 1, but I'm going to do it again. Half unit over 6.5 between the Kings and the Oilers in Los Angeles for my best bet of the day. All right, so there you have it for the podcast today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything, looking ahead to everything going on tomorrow and the rest of the weekend. We have the Byron Nelson leaderboard to go over on the Friday show. We didn't do it today because it just started, so it's just irrelevant to do it. So a lot of stuff to do tomorrow on the show. Looking forward to it, and I hope you guys have a great day, everyone.